guys. It's good to be back. It feels good to be back in front of the camera. It's been a minute. It's been a minute before I was here, by the way. We started our minisodes in June, and our minisodes are supposed to finish earlier on, but then a whole revolution happened in my country, and there was no way I was going to be posting YouTube content when my country was going through a revolution by the Gen Zs, and that was one of the most phenomenal things I've witnessed as a young person, and I love that. So go you Gen Zs of Kenya and of everywhere across the world. So a lot of things happened, mostly based on my country. A lot of things just happened. We rejected the finance bill. We went ahead to have a lot of protests. Unfortunately, so many lives were lost, and my sincere condolences goes to the family and the friends of those who lost their loved ones. And as we're going on with our minisodes of Today Havana, we went on to our graduation, guys, and this is what I say. You clap for others until it's your turn. And I thank God because I got a chance to celebrate my brother in Sancti Espiritu and in Santa Clara. I'm so glad and I'm grateful to God for celebrating not only them, but even like their group of friends. And we wish them all the best, like I said. And if you've not watched that video of the graduation, go back and enjoy the Cuban type of graduation. But guys, thank you so much for keeping it here. Another milestone that we have accomplished. Oh my God. We are halfway to our 500 subscribers goal. I am the half full type of girl, not the half empty. So we are at 250 subscribers, guys. 250 subscribers. Thank you so much for keeping it here, guys. But I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted at all. Thank you for always leaving comments. Thank you for always watching, for always liking the videos. Thank you for always sharing the videos, for posting it on your social media platforms. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Like, I don't take it for granted, by the way, guys. I don't take it for granted, and I don't despise any small beginnings, because I know the God that I serve. Vamos por más. We are going for more. So thank you so much, guys. 250. But that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. And it's all because of you. And we are still going. So that leads me to say that if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? And you can see our goal is 500 subscribers for now. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So hit that subscription button, by the way. Hit it. It will be somewhere here. I'm giving you a moment to just subscribe. Yeah. And to like the video, by the way. Every time you watch a video, just leave a thumbs up, or leave a like, as they say. And yeah, we are going for more, guys. We are going further and further. From glory to glory. Yeah, that's what I say. From glory to glory. So thank you so much, guys. And I am back with story time. I know it's been ages. I'm sure you even forgot where we last left off. So let me remind you where we last left off in our story time edition. So as usual, without further ado, let's get into the video of the day. When we were almost brushing with salt, you just felt like my bedmate has come, and somehow miraculously someone had given her a toothpaste, and we shared that toothpaste. Can you imagine? And I'm so grateful that I never got to bathe with detergent. Okay, Kai. When people, you shower with detergent, you shower with what is it called, with shampoos, with conditioners, because now if you don't have soap, if you don't have shower gel, what are you going to use? Hey, my God. And we go back to the baseline of all this. COVID taught me more about kindness from people that you least expect. Guys, please, allow me. I'm just going to be patting myself, because like I said, I sweat. And so the video today is, if you guys have watched the previously on, you saw that we were in COVID times, and we finally made through COVID. And I was elated because this year is now 2021 and my parents decided to pay for my ticket for me to be able to come back home. It had been 3 years of me staying in Cuba. Y'all remember what happened in pre-med? Y'all remember what happened in first year that we could not go because of COVID, and now here I was second year after 3 years. And guys, that was a long time. That is honestly a long time. Let's not lie to each other, especially if you have the expectation or the desire to actually go back home. So here I was, finally I had my ticket, I think by March or something along that line. Like I was ready. I was ready to fly. I was like, oh, not me again, chilling here eating arroz con gris or arroz con leche. That is like rice with milk or rice and beans. Yeah, like I'm going home to eat ugali. Oh god, guys, you don't know how I had missed ugali. I had missed ugali and just those local vegetables, you know, those local, like you just miss your whole Kenyan cuisine, let me tell you guys. So I had missed everything about my country. And again, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. So here I was missing my country and I had a ticket. So guys, I had to study and ensure that I have like all my grades on point because I did not want to be told that I have to go for supplementary exams. So of course I had to study during that time. Like once I knew I had my ticket, I was like, yo, you know, I gotta study and put in the work. Yeah. And also, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I was somehow scared because now I'm like, oh my god, it's been 3 years. A lot of things have changed. Like a lot of things changed in a short period of time, and it being 3 years, it meant that a lot of things had changed. I had left when my sister was expecting a child, like she was literally pregnant, and then now I'm going to come and she has a son. You know, I was like, oh my god, what? Like so many changes had happened, not just pregnancy. People had graduated, people had started working, like my friends had started working. Like I was so, by the way, like, let me tell you, I was a bit scared in as much as I was happy, but I was like, oh god, what exactly am I going to meet when I go home? You know, like because I don't want to go home and then things have changed so much also, because that drastic change, hi, no. So I was somehow just like, oh god, just I don't know. I didn't even know how I was going to interact now with my friends, because remember, somehow their language has now changed. You know, you're still a baby student. Let me say that, a baby student, and then they're there like all talking, let's say business or whatever it is they're talking careers, and you can't relate about, let's say, looking for jobs and all these things, because for you, you're still a baby student, you know, you're still a student. And also I was like, are there like any expectations for me because I've come from Cuba? And then some people don't even know where Cuba is. Like, of course, I come from a certain like vicinity. It's not like the city, but neither is it the village. So it's like in the middle of those two. So people just think that you went abroad, you went to the United States of America, and you know, people want gifts, people want all these things. So I was just like, God, are there expectations for me? Because I don't want to have any expectations. Cuba is just like any other country. You know, it's just like any other country. But I was like, God, you know what? I'm not going to focus so much on the fear or just those little questions that I had in my mind. I was going to focus on the fact that, you know what, I'm finally going to go home and I'm going to enjoy food. Most especially, aside from family and friends, the next thing on my list was actually food. Food, to be specific. Because guys, I was thin. COVID had made us thin like toothpicks, like this. Thin. So I just wanted to go home and eat in plenty. Now, the D-Day arrived, and I remember we were invited by the embassy to go and have like a lunch, and then I was flying to also celebrate the fact that we, as the second years, were finishing our second year. So that meant that we're now proceeding now to the third year, which is now you start going to hospitals, and it's a whole big deal. Let me say that, for lack of a better word. So the embassy invited us, and we went there. We had a great time, and then now in the evening I was supposed to fly. And guys, let me tell you another thing. One of the other fears that I had, oh god, after not flying for a long time, and you now know that you're going to go home, I had this fear that, oh God, what if something happens on the plane? Like, oh God, like, yeah, what if I don't see my family? What if 2018 was the last year that I was actually seeing my family? What if something happened? Like those little devilish questions that always go through your mind. Yes, that question was so, I was so, like, I had that fear, like, oh God, you know, like, like I really don't want to die in the plane, Lord. Please hold me. I just want to see my family. I just want to see my family. It was not a loud thought, but it was just that those devilish thoughts at the back of my mind. And I was just like, God, you know what? This is the day that you have made. I am going to rejoice and be glad in it and realize that I'm going to go home and enjoy my stay back home. So the D-Day arrived, and I remember my countrymates, they accompanied me to the door, like to the gate, so that I could be able to get a taxi, and then I went. My flight was, I think, at 7 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, at 7 a.m. in the morning. So I went to the airport, and you can imagine the feeling. I was like, airport, I am here. Aquí estoy. I am here. Hey, hey, guys, I was happy. By the time I was getting to the airport, I was like, I am here. I am here, guys. Yes! I was so ready to go home. I remember checking in and just going there and just sitting, and then I'm like, now, yes, here I am. Oh, it felt so good. When I was now at the airport, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it, by the way. This is it now. It's actually happening. It's actually happening. The day that I've been waiting for, just like Nathaniel Bassi says, has come to pass. So, I, of course, embarked on the plane, and then we started our journey. The one thing I didn't know though was that this plane was going to Venezuela, because I just thought like we're just embarking on the plane and then we go straight to Turkey, because I was using Turkish Airlines again. When I see we're going, I don't know, 45 minutes, welcome to the plane, this is Turkish Airlines, we'll be going to Caracas, Venezuela, it will be about an hour, 45 minutes, I don't know what, I'm like, we're going to Venezuela. Why do these people want to prolong my time? Why? I want to get home ASAP. Ah! But then I was like, as long as I'm getting out of the Cuban airspace, I'm good, right? So we went to Venezuela, and then I also met a friend there, and then we came. And I forgot to mention that we were flying, me and another brother of mine, another senior of mine also that year. We were also flying like the same time. So it was fun to at least be the two of us there. So I was not bored. And then we went all the way to Turkey, and of course the many layovers. And then finally, I was landing at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport for the first time in 3 years. Guys, you don't know the butterflies that I was feeling in my stomach. I was like, this is me. I remember I was walking with my brother now, like I was walking, he's called Sam. So I was walking with Sam, and we are there like, bro, this is us, man, after all these years. And he's like, yeah, like we've made it, like we're here. We could not believe it. It was like a miracle to be back home. Like we are here. And then you know the protocols. They checked our COVID certificates to ensure that they were okay, and all the other documents that were needed back then in 2021. And then we went for our suitcases, we got our suitcases. Now, when we got our suitcases, I had some cigars in my suitcases. So when we were getting there, the aduana, the customs people, yes, the customs people stopped me, and they're like, let's, madam, stand over there. Let's check your suitcase. And I'm like, what's going on? So they decide to check my suitcase, and they see like 4 boxes. What they for? No, there were 2 boxes of cigars, and they're like, who are you? You're a student. I'm like, yes, yes. Um, and so these cigars are for who? I'm like, these cigars. Well, And then over there you just start saying, you say, these cigars, I've not been here, I've not been to Kenya for the last 3 years, so I was bringing them as gifts for my people, which was actually true. I was bringing them as gifts to my people. And guys, let me tell you, as I was there just being scrutinized, and they're just trying to find, like, how can you be bringing all these boxes of cigars and all these things. I looked out the window because at my airport you can be able to see somehow. When you're there at the customs, you can be able to see out the window. And I saw my mom, and I saw my sister, and I saw my nephew. I was like, oh God, it is actually happening. So I was not even focused on the fact that my mom, like the customs people, were trying to find out about the cigars. I was so elated. I was just there like, but my mom was not waving. So I'm like, why is my mom not waving? My sister is waving, my sister is smiling, but my mom is not waving back at me. So I just figured maybe she's not seeing me, or maybe she's looking at me but she's not looking at me. When maybe you're looking at something but you're actually not looking at something. Yeah. So finally the customs people are just like, okay, it's fine. After I showed them my identity card, my student card, and they're like, okay, no problem, no problem. And then I was let go. As soon, guys, I'm even nostalgic. As soon as the gates were opened, like, those doors, they just slid open, and then I was just pushing my trolley. God, there's no blessing like family. There's no blessing like family, I tell you guys. My mother was just there, smiling. My sister, my nephew was so young, he was not even understanding what he was doing at around 4 a.m. at the airport. Like, what's going on? He was a baby, like 2 years old, yeah. And my dad was also there. And so instead of even my mom first hugging me, she's just like, I told you not to buy those cigars. I told you not to buy those cigars. You see, those cigars were going to bring you problems. Those cigars were going to bring you problems. I told you not to bring them. And then my dad appears and he's like, your mom was so tense. That's why she was not even waving. Your mom was just like, oh God, let's call, I don't know who, I don't know who. They're going to arrest her. They're going to arrest her. And I just look at my mom and I'm like, I told you that I was going to pass with these cigars because they are gifts for people. Anyway, actually I had planned to start a business with them. Yeah. Hey, guys, that's a story for another day. I was going to sell my cigars and then get money, like enough money for me to buy stuff, but the person who was supposed to buy them decided to change his mind the last minute. So I was there with like 4 boxes of cigars and nothing. But that's a story for another day. So finally, after my mom was like, I told you and whatnot, I was like, mom, relax. And then we all hugged each other, and it was such a beautiful family reunion. And then now we got into the car and we drove off, and everything was just nice. And remember, it was like around 5 a.m. and it was just nice. Like, it was a beautiful feeling. When I got home, everyone else got inside ahead of me, except I think my dad was behind me. So everyone else got inside. And so when I finally opened the door, they were like, you're welcome, surprise. I'm like, wait, what's happening to you guys? Because knowing my family, they are not that type of people. They are not that type of to be like, welcome back and surprise. They're just like, oh, we appreciate the fact that you're here. We're going to go out tomorrow. Something along that line. But like when I opened the door, they're like, welcome back. I'm like, wait, what? And the house was decorated and it was written welcome back, and there was a cake on the table. I was like, wow, God, if this is the change I'm finding in my home, then I am here for it. I am here to enjoy it. So they are like, yeah, we decided to just do a little something for you because we know you've been away for 3 years. And I was like, that's so sweet of you guys. Oh my God. Oh, let me wipe my tears. No, actually my eyes are dry. Oh, anyway. So I was like, wow, that's so sweet. And the cake was there and it was like, welcome home, Dr. Masharia. I'm like, oh God, this is one of the most beautiful things I had ever encountered. And so of course I washed my hands, and then I was like, you know what, I'm not going to eat this cake today. Let's just save it for tomorrow. You know, I was hungry, yes, but the reason why I was hungry was because my sister was already in the kitchen. She had cooked some pilau and some coleslaw and some, some meat. So I was getting ready to eat that. That's why I didn't want to eat the cake. So I sat down, I ate my meal, and guys, you know the way you eat, it's like, hey, those who went to my high school, they know how we used to eat once we go home for like midterm. They know how we used to eat, the way we used to eat when we go home for midterm or for closing day. It's like a prisoner who's just been set free and now they're told, here is everything, you can eat whatever you want. You know that type of eating. But then again, you have to maintain your little dignity. You know, even if you're still at home, you can't just be eating like no, but you're eating like yo, I had missed this food. Pilau. Guys, I had missed Kenyan food, to be honest. So I ate, and after eating, the rest of the people, that is my sister and my mom, they went to sleep. So my dad and I were left there at the sitting room talking while eating. And so we talked after until around I arrived, let's say, around 4 a.m. So we talked until around 6 a.m. in the morning, and then we finally went to sleep. The following day was a Sunday. So I just woke up. I still had that energy, you know, I was not jet lagged or anything. So I got up and then I went to church. And I specifically went to church on that day just to tell God, thank you for a safe flight. Because remember, I had all those fears that were in my mind as to, what if something happens? How am I going to find my family? But seeing your family after such a long time and they're still okay, they're still healthy, they're still alive, it's only God's grace that can do that. It's only God, to be honest. So I went to church specifically just to say thank you, God, for a safe flight, and thank you because I found my family. They're alive and healthy. That's like, that's the biggest blessing. So I went to church, and then I was now, after church, I was now ready to at least go and relax. But then just when I was almost going to relax,
Be good to me.